All right, hello, welcome back. We're doing linear equations today. All right, model and solve problems using linear equations of the form. And there's all our forms concretely, pictorially, and symbolically, where a, b, and c are integers. Okay, so the first part is modeling and solving one-step equations. So ax equals b and x over a equals b. So here, all right, we're going to go over some terms first. A linear equation, okay. A linear equation is an equation whose points on the graph lie along a straight line. Examples: y equals 4x, d equals c over 2, 5w plus 1 equals t. As you'll see, all right, we have two variables in there. What a variable is right here. It's a letter used to represent an unknown number. So here it's y in this case, like the arrow says. A numerical coefficient, okay, is a number that multiplies the variable. So here it's 4, okay, we multiply the variable with the numerical coefficient. And a constant is a number that is not connected to a variable. So it's the other side, basically. So think of it as these two, okay? You have that one, and then you have what it equals, right? So when you're doing this, there's two ways of doing it. The first is with it's called solve by inspection. The second one has to do with models and diagrams. So 3x equals negative 12. All right, well, what you need to do, all right, is figure out what can multiply with 3 to get negative 12. Knowing our integer relationship, okay, we have a positive and a negative equals a negative, so my answer is going to be negative 4. Now, there is another way of doing it. Okay, you can go 3x equals 12, all right, and you can divide by 3 on each side, all right, like this, okay, and now these cancel out and x equals 4, okay, well, it's a negative 12, so it's going to be negative 4. So that's a couple different ways of doing it, all right. What you want to do in this scenario is if you do divide by 3 to get x here alone, you need to do the same on this side, okay. Another way of doing it is with models and diagrams. So here, all right, 3x is represented by 3 of these tiles, okay, the darker tiles. Here, we have equals negative 12, and we have 12 white tiles. It says here, a black tile represents a positive variable, and a white tile represents a negative. So 3 black tiles equals 3x. 12 white tiles equals negative 12. So 3 black tiles equals 12 white tiles. All right. So how many white tiles equals 1 black tile? So what you want to do is look at the difference here and here, and we're going to see that 4 white tiles equals a black tile. So here, x equals negative 4. All right, so there's a couple different ways of doing this one. We have r over negative 2 equals negative 7. So solve by inspection, okay, very simply. All right, what we want to do is divide, all right, or sorry, what number divided by negative 2 equals negative 7? All right, well, I know 14 divided by 2 is 7, and because this is negative, okay, the answer is going to be 14. So x equals negative 7. To check my work, I'm going to substitute r with 14. I'm going to get negative 7 here, and I'm going to get negative 7 here. Okay, next one, solve using models and diagrams. So one whole circle equals negative r. Divide the circle into two parts, shade half the circle. Okay, because we're trying to represent a fraction here, we have r over 2. So I'm going to go like that. R divided by negative 2. So now we have to add 7 white tiles because they're negative. Okay, so half the circle shows negative r over 2. So multiply the amount of shaded circle by 2 to represent negative r. That's because one whole circle equals negative r. So now I'm going to multiply by 2, okay, and I'm going to get r. These cancel out. So we have negative r now, all right? Then multiply the number of white squares by 2 because you have to do the same on both sides. So negative 7 times 2 is, we have negative 14. So now negative r equals, all right, negative 14. So now to make r positive, what we have to do is multiply negative 1 with r, and we're going to get r. And we do a negative 1 and negative 14, which is plus 14 when we add our integers. Okay, the next one. We have divide to apply the opposite operation. So Simone uses a spring to do an experiment. The equation F equals 12D shows how much force the spring has. F equals force in newtons. Distance is D. Okay, and we have a force of 84 neutrons. Okay, what distance is the spring being compressed? So you're going to go F equals, all right, and our answer here is negative 84 for F, and we're going to go 12D. Okay, because we're pushing down, all right, it's a negative. If it was pushing up, okay, it would be a positive. So negative 84, all right, we want to figure out, all right, negative 84 for F, the opposite of multiply by 12 is divide by 12. Okay, so what you want to do is divide each of these by 12. Okay, the reason why is D becomes all alone here, all right? And negative 84 divided by 12 is negative 7. Now to check my work, I'm going to go negative 84 on this side, good. Now I'm going to go 12D and I'm going to substitute D with negative 7, and I'm going to get negative 84 as my answer. So the spring is compressed 7 centimeters, but it is negative because it's being pushed in, if that makes sense. We're going to do the show you know just on the bottom here, okay? Negative 5, all right, B equals negative 45. So the opposite, what we want to do is cancel out this negative integer here, all right? So I'm going to go negative 5 here and negative 5 here. So B equals, all right, plus 9. To check my work, I'm going to go 5B, so I'm going to do negative 5. Sorry, it's going to be positive 5 here. My bad, guys. Okay, positive 5. So it becomes a negative integer still. So this becomes negative B. So it's 9, all right. So now we're going to go negative 5B times to get the answer. So we have negative 45 over here. So we have to get the same over here. So negative 5 times positive 9 is going to be negative 45. So what I did was I divided by 5 on each side to cancel it out. So now it's just negative B. And then I did divide by 5 here, and I'm going to get negative 9. Now to get B as a positive, you're going to multiply by negative 1 here, and multiply by negative 1 here, so it's going to be positive 9. And then you're going to do 5 times 9 equals negative 45. Okay, the last one here, multiply to apply the opposite operation. In January, the average temperature in Edmonton is 1/3 the average afternoon temperature in Yellowknife. The average afternoon temperature in Edmonton is negative 8 degrees Celsius. What's the average temperature in Yellowknife? So it says here, let T represent the average afternoon temperature in Yellowknife. 1/3 the average afternoon temperature in Yellowknife equals 1/3 times T, or T over 3. I like T over 3 a bit better. So the equation to model the problem is T over 3 equals negative 8. So now what we want to do, all right, is we want to take T over 3 and find out what T is. So here I'm going to take T over 3 and I'm going to multiply by 3. The reason why is if we did that, we'd get 3T over 3, and then we cancel it out, and we'll just get T equals. Now we have to do it to the same side, though. So negative 8 times 3, we're going to get negative 24. So, this is multiplied by 3. So we get negative 24, all right, is the average afternoon temperature, all right, in Yellowknife. Now to check my work, all I'm going to do is substitute T with negative 24. I'm going to get negative 8 and negative 8. So here, okay, because we have a division, what you want to do is multiply by something to get T here. Cancel it out. Sometimes when you have division, like let's say 5T equals 25, all right, you want to divide by, so you get T alone here, and then you go 25 divided by 5 equals T equals 5. That's it for today. Hope you guys understand it. If you have any questions, please email me. Bye-bye.